Most calorie counters suck. They are based on height and weight, but what about body fat? Someone who's 225 pounds at 10% body fat will burn way more calories than someone who's at 225 pounds at 40% body fat. I'm going to show you the body fat calculator I made and how you can use it to efficiently calculate your calories. I'm sitting at my desk, it's 4 PM, and yet again I am stuffing my face with food. I'm having spoon after spoon after spoon of rice. I'm drinking protein shakes alongside this, even though there's protein in my meal. And I'm also having some sweets. I'm having some cookies because, let's be real,
1,000 calories of cookies is like this much. It's nothing. You can eat it.
This is painful. And not only do I have to do this now, I have to do it the next day, the day after that. And there is no variance. I can't afford my brain points, right? I can't spend that on creating cool, unique meals. I need to stick to what I know works. My rice, my chicken, my broccoli, my protein shakes. And I will die on that hill. Week 1, gain a bit of strength. Week 2, gain a little bit of strength. Week 3, a bit more. And we get to week 8. And I barely gained any strength. But what have I gained? I have gained a ton of weight, a ton of body fat, even more than I was supposed to be. My calorie surplus is supposed to be 250 and yet I've gained 16 kilos. What's going on here? 8 weeks ago, I went onto the calorie calculator, I put in all my strange details, my height, my age, my weight, and it told me exactly how much I need to do to bulk. And it had some activity levels, there were like a bunch of varying ones, and I selected the second lowest one because, I don't go out much. So what is happening? What has this weird website led me to do? I was gaining twice the amount of weight as I should have been. And not only that, but I was eating a ton of protein. Protein was like my lifeline. I was eating a lot, and I had a lot of protein. If this amount of protein is going to build me extra muscle, what's going on? Clearly something's wrong with my training, but that is not the pure thing that's going wrong, because I'm also gaining too much weight. And then it occurred to me, these calorie calculators, they're based on your mass. But there's no differentiating between if that mass is fat or muscle. And muscle burns more calories than fat. So clearly what's going on is this stupid calorie calculator website has no sort of way to adjust for my body fat percentage, and now I've gained way too much fat. It's absolutely ridiculous. The easiest thing you can do right now, and you can probably click off the video if you do that, is go in the description, click the link, and there should be my body fat calculator website, which I put together. I spent hours and hours and hours coding this, and then trying to make it look nice and failing and having things going in the wrong complete ways of the dividers. I don't know much about coding. I'm going to be real. But you probably won't need the rest of the video, although the rest of the video is going to be helpful to telling you exactly how to use this tool. Okay, so here it is, the Lean Body Mass Estimate Calculator. This is like a child could use this. It's so ridiculously simple. The first step you have to do is you take a look at these guys and you go, which one do I look closest to? And now this is going to be an estimate, of course. It's not going to be 100% certain, but try and be realistic. I'm like, okay, I think I look like this guy. Boom, we've selected it, and I've got this cool effect where it kind of shades it, and you can double click. I know, I'm very good at coding. Then, very, very obvious, we just put in our height. Let's do 190, and weight, let's do 90. Boom. My estimated lean body mass, based on the selected image, is between 79.2 and 80.1. Now, I bet you're wondering, how do we actually calculate calories? And that's when it comes to the second website. Eventually this will be implemented in, but I haven't done that quite yet as I'm trying to figure out how to code it effectively. So we go into this website, which will also be linked down below. And we throw in our height. We throw in our lean mass. So I think it was that. And then we throw in a bone mass. And then for the rest of it, we try and calculate our fat mass. By the way, bone mass, I would literally put anything from 2 to 3. We have to be 100% accurate with that. We're just guessing. Now, total fat mass, I think we're going to put 9. So boom. Basal metabolic rate, resting metabolic rate, whatever, is 2.120. Awesome. Now we can select our activity level, and then we can work out our goals. So do we want to lose fat? Do we want to gain lean mass? And based on this, we're going to be given ideas, right? You need to be in a deficit of this, you need to be in a deficit of this or whatever. But the most important thing this gives us is this maintenance calorie approximation. And we can throw that into Chronometer, we can use that as an estimate, and then we should also monitor our weight fluctuations. You see, as our weight goes up and our weight goes down, we're going to have very, very different results. So if your weight goes up by 500 grams each week, and you believe to be in a 250 surplus, you're actually in a 500 surplus. And we can course correct, we can change it. Essentially 1 gram is equal to a calorie when it comes to going up or going down. So using this data on like a week by week average, we're able to effectively readjust the calories we're taking in. And the awesome thing about this is it gives us a really, really good starting place. Because that is one of the most important things when you're working out how many calories you actually need to consume. Now there's a few extra features here which I think could be very beneficial to you. Let's say we were 100 kilograms and we selected this image. It will actually give us a warning. Warning, your BMI suggests you may be overweight and you have a body fat percentage higher than 20%. Click here to consult with a personal trainer. And then it takes you to my page. I know, very salesy. But we also have this warning here. Let's say we were this and we were 120. It gives us extreme warning for concern. Your BMI suggests you may be obese and your body fat percentage is higher than 20%. This is a serious health risk and you should seek immediate advice from a healthcare provider. This is different from a personal trainer. I don't know why it takes you to me still. I am not a healthcare provider. But the thing here, it's a very easy warning we can give people as well to tell them, dude, this is serious. You need some extra help. Whether that be going to a doctor or going to a personal trainer, both are adequate. I just feel like there's a certain extremity level where you do need to see a doctor too. Because not only, of course, the personal trainer is going to help, but it's likely you're going to have developed some health issues as a result of getting up to that high amount of weight and body fat. Now, the awesome thing here too, when we calculate that lean body mass, is I speak about this all the time. When you calculate your fat and your protein, it's not always so easy. Reason being, you don't know your lean body mass. And perfect amounts of protein and fat work really well when you have that number. So using this, we can actually take that number. And I would always suggest using the upper limit for something like this. So let's work out our fat. Easy. We take the upper limit, 100 kilograms, and we turn that into grams. So 100 grams of fat a day at this, at this complexion. And then we go into pounds, 222. That's how much protein we'd have a day if we're at this. And this is actually very, very athletic. So let's dumb it down a little bit. This is more normal for someone. 75 grams of fat, and then boom, 166 grams of protein. That is very, very easy to calculate your macros just like that. And then on the other website, calculating your calories just like that. And again, eventually all of this will be added in for you. The protein, the fat, the calories will be done automatically. Here's the thing. If I started using this when I first went to the gym, I would be so much further along than I am now. It's pretty sad, to be honest, the fact that I haven't had this amount of progress I was originally looking for. And that came to me eating too much, me not getting enough protein, me not getting enough fat, or potentially having too much of that. And then there's a cost sort of budget where some months you have to have less, some months you have to have more. Protein shakes are pretty expensive. It kind of sucks that there was nothing out there for me when I was younger. And I know guys like us really love stuff like this. Like, we want to be able to effectively calculate a starting point. And that's exactly why I made this. Not only do I use this when I'm cutting, when I'm bulking, when I'm trying to work out how much I'm supposed to be consuming, but I want it for everyone else. I have seen nothing like this online, genuinely nothing. They will calculate your calories, they'll maybe calculate your protein, your fat, but there is never the implementation of a body fat percentage. And that is one of the most important things. Like, we're trying to get accuracy here, and you're missing one of the most important things to get that accuracy. And you wonder why your calculators don't really work, or people have to play by ear, Of course, we're going to adjust these things over time, but we don't have to mess with the fat and the protein, because guess what? The fat and the protein has been calculated effectively just based on your lean body mass. The only thing we'd ever have to course adjust is your calories, and as simple as adjusting your carbs. That is how easy it is when you actually use this calculator. This is how easy it is going to be to reach your dream physique, to get up there, to build muscle, to train hard, and effectively actually build that muscle mass instead of building a ton of fat on top of it. It's going to be so easy for you now, and I'm so happy that you have a tool like this that you can actually use. I'm going to be adding some huge things eventually. This is a long-term project. It's something I want to keep doing up, because not only am I going to use it, if none of these guys out there use this tool, I don't care, because I will be using it every single day, but I know guys watching me would love to use this as well. See, here's some of the things I want to add. We spoke about implementing calories and protein and fat, so I'm not going to go over that again, but there is some awesome stuff, and especially with the kind of progression in tech recently, it's going to be awesome. And the first thing, which kind of links to that technological boom, is I want to add in an AI scan. Imagine you can take like an ARG, I don't know if that's the right word, but imagine you can do a 3D scan of your body, and then using artificial intelligence, it will estimate your body fat percentage, judging by your tone. Maybe there's some standardization based on the lighting or something, but then it can effectively work out your body fat percentage by literally calculating the averages in something like your chest, your back, your legs, because obviously those are all going to be different. It's not just about seeing your front profile. And then we can put together a really good estimate, and we can get a really good starting place. And then, linked to that, it's just a photo. It's just a scan, and everything is done. And potentially we could even have it tracking your progress, so you can see how much mass you're actually building when you're in that surplus. And that'd be really, really awesome. I also want to add something in, which is creatine needs. And the reason behind this is as you get more muscle mass, the amount of like 5 grams a day of creatine is actually too low. So being able to work out effectively what the range for the actual, creatine consumptions are, and then adding this in, so not only does it tell you protein, fat, and calories, but it also adds in the little, hey, you're actually supposed to be taking 10 grams of creatine a day. You've got a double scoop here if you want to effectively use it. That is, again, an awesome addition that I can have to this. And then something a bit sneaky, something a bit mean, is a lagging muscles calculator or detector or something. And again, this is with the AI, right? So after scanning your body and making this 3D rendering, which you'll be able to move around in-app, like you'll be able to actually see yourself. And that is really cool too, because you're never really able to do that. It will detect lagging areas. Say your shoulders are smaller than they should be, or a part of your back is, or your legs. And of course, the leaner you would be, the better it would be to get like a great reading on this. But that AI will be able to effectively detect where you need to improve, where you need to focus. Maybe the first exercise in your session should be an upper movement for your chest instead of a lower one. Small things like that will make this a very, very good third party, almost like a coach on your phone, where you just once a week scan yourself, you throw in the reading. See how awesome this is going to be? And so that's not it. These are the things I've come up with. If any of you guys have any ideas of things you'd like to actually see in this calculator, let me know in the description. Because we can add anything, like the amount of years I'm going to be alive will allow me to do a lot on this. As my channel goes up and up and up and grows, I'll probably be able to invest money into it, to actually have the AI stuff put in by a proper guy instead of just me trying to go on GitHub and copy someone's code or something.